afternoon. My name is Morgan Shanaberger, and today, along with my partners Damaris Salwick and Logan Spicer, we are going to be presenting a PowerPoint on the charity Newborns in Need. Newborns in Need is a 501c3 charity which serves impoverished infants and their families by providing them with necessities that they might need in the first few months of life, such as clothing and bedding. The board of Newborns in Need is comprised of 4 main members, although there are hundreds of people across the country who make this charity possible. The 4 members of the board are the chairman, who is Sam Safried, the national president, who is Connie Edwards, the national vice president, who's Gail McKeithen, and the national treasurer, which is Preeta Mamani. The real story of being born poor. Although many infants are born in America who have a lot of privilege and who have everything that they need, there are also many that don't. And 24% of welfare recipients are actually infants. And the United States actually ranks one of the worst in child poverty and also one of the worst in infant mortality among comparable countries. Half of the children that are under the age of 3 are already living with a single parent or have always lived with a single parent. And this increases the odds of many things. It increases the odds that they will grow up in poverty. It increases the odds that they won't have supplies that they need to make them successful in their education, and many other implications. There's a program called TANF, and it's a government program that could give the infants a big advantage in society and growing up. And unfortunately, only 27 out of 100 eligible families ever take advantage of this opportunity to help their children. Some fast facts about Newborns in Need. Almost 95% of the money raised by Newborns in Need goes directly to its programs and services. The people on the board work very hard to make sure that the money gets allocated the best way that it can to serve the maximum number of infants that it can. Newborns in Need also has another facet where they provide burial and funeral clothing for infants who otherwise might not have a dignified burial. So they believe that every child in life or in death deserves to be taken care of and deserves to be given respect. And many new chapters have been started to help with newborns in need, and they are strategically placed throughout the country, and they have to be at least 30 miles apart in order to provide the best care and the best services that they can. And now I will turn it over to my partner Logan, who will describe some of the more intricate details of Newborns in Need.
Hi, I'm Damaris, and I'm going to start by discussing the finances of Newborns in Need. To begin, 65% of the program's annual budget is spent on program activities, and this can include things such as making kits for newborns or making bereavement gowns. Also, this organization meets all standards for fundraising. And finally, the board must approve the annual budget each year to prevent financial mishandling. Newborns in Need has had a big impact throughout the U.S. They help underprivileged families by providing them with things necessary for raising an infant, such as diapers, clothes, blankets, just to name a few. Newborns in Need does more than just supporting infants. They also have a hand in supporting families and parents who have faced the sudden death of an infant. They do this by providing bereavement gowns to bury the children in. One of the ways they make these bereavement gowns is by using donated wedding dresses, and one wedding dress can actually make several bereavement gowns. To summarize, Newborns in Need is an important organization. It has helped many families while also being fiscally responsible in the process. The sources we used was an article on child poverty and integrational mobility written by Foss, Deenan, and Aratani. We also used the National Baby Facts website, the BBBY's Giving Allowance, and GuideStar.